Okay, so what we want to do is we are actually going to create a custom object in Salesforce. So what I would like you to do is if you could follow along with me in a trailhead playground, and let's go ahead and take a look at this top screen. So of course we are just now logging in. So to get to the object that we need to create, let's go ahead and click on the gear icon and click on setup. So a little bit of backstory while that's loading. My colleague says to me, Holly, we're removing the TargetX application and we need you to look into the object manager for accounts, campaigns, and leads. When you get to those objects, you're going to have to look for title. You're going to have to look for the title of TargetX in the field. And to give you some kind of background on what that would look like, I did take a picture of what our instance looked like. So you can kind of see what it looked like on our side. So let's just make pretend this is my work setup. So you can see here that these are all blank, but they're not going to be blank. Those fields are actually chosen for you. So for instance, we need to go into lead and we need to create banner ID, bounced, and seed code. So what we need to do is we need to go into Object Manager. And we're going to look for lead because that's the custom field that we're going to create is in this object. And then when we get in there, we want to go ahead and click on Fields and Relationships. So you can see that these are all of our standard objects: address, annual revenue, company, jigsaw, email. Those are all of our standard objects. So what we need to do is we need to create those fields. So the ones with TargetX, and he said that we need to create banner ID. So let's go ahead and click on New. And if we were duplicating this, we can see that banner ID uses text field for data type and 255 words or characters. And then it's using an external ID and a unique case to be insensitive. So we will go ahead and click on text for the data type and then click on next. And for the field label, we are going to type in bounced. And then for the length, we're going to choose the 255. And then the field label, we can either keep it as the field name that's there, or we can go ahead and say, because this is a lead and this is a custom, and we need to differentiate it between the TargetX field name and this name, let's go ahead and type in lead underscore. As you can see that the areas with the red are the ones that are required. So you don't have to have a description and you don't have to have a help text. You don't have to have any of these. We did add the auto add to custom report type so that we could go ahead and report off of this. And then we went ahead and we clicked on next. This is your field level security. So this is basically choosing what will be visible or what will be as read only for these various profiles. So in this case, let's go ahead and say we only want the system administrator to see this. And then we can do standard user to see this. And then we can click on next. These are associated with page layouts. And I can show you how to do that also after this part. I'll stop the video, and then we can start with this actually too. So I'm just going to say, yes, let's go ahead and add the page layout to all of those pages. And then I should probably write this down or screenshot it anyway, so we know which ones we're going to be working on. So now we're going to click on save. So now that you can see, I've created this field so that it mimics this one. So you can see it's bounce. And then, sorry, we did actually, I created the wrong one. So you can see how easy this is to mess up. We were supposed to create banner ID first, and that was supposed to be 255. So let's go ahead and let's do, actually, I should probably go in and edit that so I can keep on track. Okay, so I'll show you how to edit. So you can go ahead and click on this little arrow over here, and then you can click on edit. And that field was actually supposed to be banner ID. So let's go ahead and click on banner ID and save. Be careful. Yep, we got it. So now it should show. So now it shows banner ID, lead banner ID. So now let's go back and create that checkbox for bounced. So we'll go up here to new again. And this one is going to be checkbox and next. Now we will name it bounced. Let's leave it unchecked. And we're going to name this lead underscore bounced. And then click on next. Let's go ahead and make it visible to everyone. That's fine, whatever. That's the page layout area where I took a screenshot of it earlier so that we can go back to it and then add those things to those page layouts, or at least one of them so I can show you. And then we'll click on next or save. And then the last field that we needed to create was seed code. And let's go ahead and choose new. And this is going to be a text field. Click on next. This was seed code. And the length of it, let me look back here. We can see that it is text 6. We didn't put a description in and we didn't do a help text, but I know that a SEEP code is used by schools to get testing information. So this is a unique code for testing. We'll just leave it as a unique code for testing. And then this, let's just say, okay, it has to be an external ID and we do not allow duplicate values. And let's just say it is case sensitive. And let's go ahead and click on next. And let's go ahead and make this only available to system administrator. Yep. And then click on next. And save. So now that you can see, we have SEEP code, we have bounce, and we have banner. So you're probably like, I have no idea what any of those are. So let's use kind of something not from my job, but let's go ahead and create something totally off the wall. So let's go ahead and click on new. And for instance, let's go ahead and create a checkbox and click on next. Well, let's just say, for instance, let's use the field label of Galactic Empire Support Plan. And we're going to leave this as unchecked as the default. And when I click on field name, it's going to put Galactic Empire Support Plan with underscores where the spaces are. So that shows, as I mentioned. And we don't have to have the description or the help text, but just for, I don't know, fun, let's go ahead and type in for help text, does this empire member have a current support plan? Check this box when you sell a support plan to this fascist customer. And let's go ahead and click on next. And let's go ahead and only use it for the sales profile and the support profile. And let's say a marketing user. And the system administrator. And then we can click on next. These pages are still there again. So let's go ahead and click on save. So now you actually want to create the page layout to include the banner ID, the balance received code, and the Galactic Empire Support Plan. So go ahead and click on page layouts. And these are the pages that we saw earlier that I screenshot. So you can see it's just like the page layout, support and lead layout. So let's just go ahead and click on sales. So when a sales user will look at a account, this is the information that they would see. You can go ahead and you can create or drag whatever information you want to put in here. So let's go ahead and let's create a section. And let's type in the and let's do the Empire Support Plan, if I can spell it correctly, support plan. And we're going to display it on the detail page and the edit page. We're going to do one column, and then we're going to go ahead and click on OK. So now we have this section that we can actually go ahead and find where it's grayed out. So we know it's on this page already. So if it's not on the page, then you can usually just drag the field down and input it there. So because our Galactic Empire Support Plan is somewhere else on this page, let's do a control find and let's look for Empire. Oh, there it is. So let's go ahead and bring that up here. So now you can see that this has been added to the page layout of the earlier page that we chose. I don't remember the name of it. I think it was sales layout. So you can edit this how you want, say like, okay, the Galactic Empire doesn't use a fax machine. And they don't have, let's say they don't have a annual revenue. So now we can take out whatever we don't want and put in whatever we do want. And then once we are done, we come down to save and click on save. So you can see, let's see if we can open it up again, just to check. Yep, that's the one we added it to. So just for instance, now if we go into the lead support layout, it won't be in that section. So we have to create this section for this page layout as well. So again, we'll do section to create that section. Do Empire support plan information. And one column, okay. And then we're just gonna bring up the Galactic Empire support plan. And then we can go ahead and click on save. So what we just did was we created a custom object under lead. We created 4 different ones, and then we added those objects or those fields to 2-page layouts. So I hope this can help you understand a little bit more about custom objects and how to create them and how to set the profile access for them as you create them. So if you have any questions, let me know.